So today we'll be doing a little bit of revision for the Sec 2, and Sec 1 we'll be doing something simple also. All right, so the questions not a lot. All right, and only one student sent me one questions only for the miscellaneous questions, so we'll be talking a little bit about that. Okay, so I believe you can see the screen now. All right, we are doing a little bit of algebra today. Okay, these are the things that you need. Let's begin. Okay, solving of equation. This one, 1 minute for you, can? All right, 1 minute. So do now, 1 minute. Started now. Okay, time's up. That's 1 minute. All right, Jethro, you're almost there, is it? Okay. 5/2 is not correct. Oh, minus 3/5. Wrong, Doreen. All right, so what's happening? Come, let's go through this question together. Minus 0.3 is wrong, Azza. All right, so down here, right, the question is asking you to what? Solve. What's the meaning of solving? Solving means you have to find the unknown. So what is the unknown here? Obviously, the unknown is A lah. A. What is A? All right, so what is happening down here? You must try to bring all the A to one side and push all the numbers to the other side. So I take a look. Half A and 1/5 A, who is heavier? So I know that half is heavier than 1/5. So let's not disturb the heavier person. Just like me lah. I'm heavy, don't disturb me lah. All right, don't try to move me. All right. So the half A, right, I don't disturb. I put it down here. Don't touch it. The 1/5 A on the opposite down here, right? Never write, right? In front is always a plus sign. There's a hidden plus. So if you want to bring the plus 1/A to the left-hand side of the equal sign, all right, if you bring across the equal sign, from plus, it becomes minus. So down here becomes minus 1/5A. The equal is still down here. This one here, I don't want the one there. Why? Because I want to consolidate all my A to one side and push all my number to the other side. So this one in front again, never write is a +1. All right, +1, I want to push across to the other side of the equal sign, to the right hand side. So +1 I bring across, it becomes a -1. Can you see or not? So here's what you do. Half minus 1/5. Can press calculator. Let's play trick. Half minus 1/5. All right. All right, you get a 3/10A. 3/10A is equal to -1. Can you see? What is in between the fraction and the what? The A. What is in between? It's actually a multiplication. Do you know that? It's actually a times. Like, what is 3A? 3A actually means 3 times A. Do you know that? Yep. So times, right, if you bring across the equal sign, you just want your A to be here. Times, you want to bring across the equal sign, what happened? It becomes a divide. -1 is still here. Don't disturb the -1. -1 times you bring across, divide by 3/10. All right. So the times 3/10 becomes divide by 3/10. Press your calculator. What do you get? -1 divided by 3/10. Answer is -10/3. And in your secondary school, right, your teacher want it as a mixed number. So give it as a mixed number. -3 and 1/3. Can you see? And that's the way to do it. All right, Azza, -10/3 is correct. All right, but always try to give it as a mixed number if you can. Is that okay? All right, so this is question 1. Solving. Solving means what? Find the unknown. In this case, find A. Easy? I think so. All right, you must be very good at solving. Your algebra skill must be very strong. All right, the next question, all right, question 1B is 1 minute. Let's go. Okay, that is 1 minute. All right. Some of you are doing it right in a way. All right. Answer is not one, Azhar. Sorry. Answer is one. Sorry, Azhar. You're right. Sorry. All right. You're correct. Answer is one. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm seeing something else. Okay. So for this question, right, some of you are doing this. Tell me whether are you doing this. You do something called expansion, or maybe you call it what, distributive what method. Do you do something like that, right? So you multiply in. Bracket means 2 times, right? You take 2 times 5b will give you a 10b. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. 2 times positive 3 will give you a 6, which is equal to 2b plus 14. Can you see or not? Once again, your objective is to bring all the b to one side and push all the numbers to the other side. So who is heavier? 10b or 2b? 10b is heavier. So 10b, don't move the 10b. In front of the 2b is a positive. Positive, if you want to transfer across to the other side, right? You want to bring across the equal sign, it becomes a negative 2b. Right? So the equal sign is still in the center. Who is left behind? Positive 14 is left behind. Leave it there. Don't disturb him. Plus 6. You want to bring across because your objective is to bring all the b to one side and push all the number to the other side. Shermaine, b is 1 is correct. Plus 6 you bring across, minus 6. Can you see this? So you do from the left, 10b minus 2b will give you a 8b. 14 minus 6 will give you a 8. What is in between 8 and b? Once again, it's a multiplication. 8 times b. Do you know that? It's the same thing. So you're looking for a b. So times 8, you don't want it. You don't want the times 8. What you do? Times 8, you bring across the equal sign, divide by 8. 8 is still here, divide by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is a 1. That's how you get the answer. Can I introduce you another way of doing it or not? I see whether you all like it or not. All right. Can you see this or not? Okay. So what do I do? How do I do it even faster a little bit? Can you see that the 2 bracket down here is a times, right? I purposely don't want to multiply it. All right. This times 2, I don't want to times it in. What do? I purposely bring it across. So down here, 2b plus 14 is here. Times 2 I bring across is a divide by 2. Can you see not? So who is left down here? 5b plus 3. And 2b plus 14 can divide by 2 or not? Can. Because 2b, there's a 2 in front, and 14, there's is an even number. Divide by 2 means is an even number, right? So 2b divided by 2 is a b. 14 divided by 2 is a 7. Can you see not? So I have 5b plus 3 here. All right, so 5b is here. Down here is a plus I bring across becomes minus b. Here is a 7 plus 3 I bring across, give me a minus 3. All right, 5b minus b means 5b minus 1b is a 4b equal to what? 7 minus 3 is a 4. b is equal to 4 divided by 4. And therefore, b is equal to 1. Can you see or not? Both the same answer. So, okay one, okay one. All right, so sometimes I do this method. How come? I try to make the answer, the number smaller a bit. All right, because I like to work with smaller number, easier to handle. So don't worry, both can. All right, you can expand it in, then you can try to simplify and you try to solve. All right, or you can just bring the times 2 across. Everybody divide by 2 already. I mean, the right hand side down here divide by 2 already. Then you can bring here, bring there once again. Okay? So don't worry. All right, answer is still the same. Next question. All right, question 2. Ready? All right, question 2, 1 minute. Let's go. Wow, 1 minute, sure. Got 3 parts there. 1 minute, how can you finish? Actually can, it's not that difficult. All right, I don't know whether some of you learn your inequalities already or not. All right, but understand that inequalities, right, is actually somewhat similar to the solving part. Doreen, A is 7 for part B1 is correct. All right, Shermaine, A is 12 is incorrect. Let's take a look at this together. Come. All right. So the meaning of inequalities, right? This is the symbol. What does this mean? This means what? Less. All right. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. All right. So how do you solve it? All right. Question says solve. The same one. Just treat this symbol like an equal sign. All right. Treat this symbol like an equal sign. All right. So you have the idea down there. It's like an equal sign. So 6a is like equal to 50. All right. But the symbol means smaller or equal. Like that one you know. Huh? So you do the same. Do the same. How to find a? The meaning of solving means find a, find the unknown. So down here in the center is a times, right? So times, if you bring it across, will give you a divide. So it will be 50 divided by 6. That's the answer. That's for part A. All right, so you can present it as a smaller than, smaller or equal to, or less than or equal to 50 over 6. 6 times 8, I think. 6 times 8 is 48. 2 6 is 1/3. This is the answer. And children, can you please remember, you have to present the whole thing as the answer. All right, you got to present the whole thing as an answer. Some of you, right, just write 8 and 1/3 like that into the answer line. Can you see or not? Your teacher say answer line. Then you write 8 and 1/3. It's wrong. It's wrong. Do not do that. What must you do? You must write into your answer line. You must write A is smaller equal to 8 and 1/3. The whole thing is the answer. Can you see or not? Don't just write 8 and 1/3 for this part A. Be careful. All right. If you just write 8 and 1/3, it's a wrong. No marks at all. All right. The whole thing must write in. Must write A smaller equal to 8 and 1/3. That is the important part of inequalities. Okay. All right. And the next portion. What is the greatest integer value? What's the meaning of integer? Integer to me means like solid numbers. There's no such thing as solid numbers. Just to let you know, there's no such thing as solid numbers, but I call it solid numbers. All right. So that to better communicate with you. To me, the meaning of solid numbers means what? No fraction, no decimal. No fraction, no decimal is solid. All right. No fraction, no decimal. That's the meaning of integer. Many of my Sec 4 still don't know what is integer, but you must know lah, Sec 1, Sec 2. And it must be a prime number. Examples of prime numbers are what? Examples are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These are the first 5 prime numbers you need to know, right? Okay, so A, this part, they say that what? A must be smaller or equal to 8 and 1/3. The A, right? The number A must be smaller or equal to 8 and 1/3. So can it be 11? Cannot, because 11 is more than 8 and 1/3. All right. Can it be 2? Yes. Can it be 3? Yes. Can it be 5? Yes. Can it be 7? Yes. But what the question want? The question wants the greatest. So in this case, answer is 7. Can you see or not? So B part 1, the answer is 7. Do you understand? All right. So you can list out some of the prime numbers just to let you know what's happening. And the next portion, the sum of all the positive odd numbers which satisfy this equation, which is A is smaller equal to 8 and 1/3. All right. So this is the equation that we are looking at. So what is the meaning of odd numbers? Odd numbers example is like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Correct or not? Remember your A? Your A must be smaller equal to 8 and 1/3. Can it be 13? Cannot. Can it be 11? Cannot. Can it be 9? Cannot. Can it be 1? Yes. Can it be 3? Yes. Can it be 5? Yes. Can it be 7? Yes. And all these are odd numbers. You're looking for the sum. So just plus. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. All right. Answer should give you a 16. All right. 16. All right. Doreen, you got it correct. Good job. Is that okay? All right. Not so difficult, right? So B part 2, the answer is 16. Is this okay or not? So inequalities for Sec 1 is still considered very simple. All right. Azad is not 17, it's 16. Okay. So 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16, right? Good job. Okay. So moving on, question 3. Are you ready? Question 3A, 1 minute. Let's go. And that is 1 minute. Again, 1 minute, 3 parts, why like that? Yeah, relax lah, right? This one is something I'm talking about the expression. All right, Jenny earning is 3x, Sherman, you're right. All right, very good. It's just the last part never finished, right? It's okay, I understand. All right, so down here, and Doreen, you got last part, 5x minus 200. Yes, you got all 3 parts correct. Very good job. Azhar, the first part is incorrect. Let me read to you once again. All right, so something called expression, you must know what's the meaning of expression. Expression means something like x plus 2. That's an expression. All right, what's the meaning of equation? Equation means you got something equal to something one. Let's say they say x plus 2 equal to 5. They ask you to solve. That's why I got something called equation. All right, when they ask you to solve, it will link to something called equation. But the meaning of expression is just like an alphabet that is hanging. Like x, that's an expression. 2x, that's an expression. All right, so there's like no link, there's no equal to something one. All right, there's no equal to something to enable you to solve for the answer. Okay, so later I will show you. Spider-Man, you are right. Very good. All 3 answers correct. So we have Jenny earns 3 times as much as Nick. Primary school model diagram. Cannot? Can. So we have Jenny and Nick. Jenny earns 3 times means 3 units. So sometimes I use model some more, don't laugh at me like, as Nick. And we know that Nick, what? Nick down here is X dollar. So Jenny will be X, 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 right? So X, X, X will be what? 3X dollars. That will be Jenny. Can you see now? And we also know that what? Nick earns $200 more than John. So John is what? Shorter, right? John earns lesser, right? Correct or not? John earns lesser because Nick earns more. What? So if Nick earns more, John earns lesser, what happened? So John can be written as what? X minus 200. Can you see or not? All right, so Azhar, can you see? It's the slight difference, the plus and the minus. You must ask yourself who earns more, who earns less. John earns less, minus 200 from Nick. So John's earning can be written as $, open bracket, X minus 200. Can you see? Jenny's earning is simply 3X. And the total earning, 3X plus Nick X plus John's X minus 200. So how do you simplify them together? Yes, Sherman, you're right. 3x plus x will give you a total of 5x. Minus 200, just put it inside here. And this is your answer. Woo! And guess what? This is called a expression. What is this called? Expression. What is this called? Expression. Can you see not? So all these are what we call expression. There's no equal to answer, like equal to $500. Don't have. All right, so this is an expression. Can? Okay, the next portion, right, question 3B will be asking you to put from an expression to an equation. All right, so 1 minute for you to solve. Okay, that's 1 minute. It's actually quite straightforward. I think some of you got careless mistakes here and there. So from the expression, remember just now what we get? We got the 5x minus 200, right? What's the meaning of 5x minus 200? 5x minus 200 is their total saving, all right? Or their sum of earning, right? Just now we calculate Nick, we calculate Jenny and John. Total is 5x minus 200. So this is their total earning. The earning is also 8,800, so it's equal to 8,800. Can you see not? So from an expression, this is just an expression. They give you the extra clue, which is the value. All right. So you can actually form an what? You can actually form an equation out. So now you're supposed to solve lah. All right. Azhar answer is 1,008 is correct. So how do you get x? Remember solving, you must find x. All right. Because Nick's earning is represented as $X. So how? Don't worry. You have 5x minus 200. is equal to 8,800. This minus 200, very irritating. Number pushed to the number side. So what should I do? Minus 200 bring across will give me a plus 200. Can you see? 8,800 plus 200 will give you a $9,000. And 5x is you down here. What is in between the 5 and the x? Is a multiplication. So times 5 I bring across the equal sign will give me a divide by 5. All right, and therefore, if you press your calculator, 9,000 divided by 5 will give you a 1,800. Is that okay? And isn't Nick's earning $1,800? Because Nick's earning is given as X dollar, right? Can you see? So is that simple? All right, Charmaine, you got it? Good job. All right, Jethro, okay or not? All right, simple questions like this, right? Very straightforward. Cannot make any mistakes, man. Is that okay? All right, the next portion, right, is actually a break time. All right, break time for 2 minutes. Can? So go for your break. Then we will continue with the Sec 2 work already. Okay, Sec 2 work, there's about 5 questions for you and 1 miscellaneous question. Okay, Sec 2 work, there's 5 questions and 1 miscellaneous question from the students. Okay, so now you can go for your toilet break. I also need to breathe a little while. Is there a break question? Sorry, Azza. This time around, I never prepared a break question for you. Okay, I was a little bit lazy. And next week, right? Next week we can go back to work already. Yeah. So next week we are going back to office. Okay. So I believe that some of you are already going back to school. You can see your friends and others. Yeah. So I can go back to meet my colleagues. Kind of misses them. That's not true. Yeah. So yeah. And I believe that this lesson might be the last lesson. Yeah, so we try to finish all the questions without any homework because it's back to school again. Okay, but don't worry, you still have my number. You still can actually WhatsApp me, right? If you have any math-related question, don't give up, Okay, we still got 30 seconds. All right, you can go to the kitchen and quickly grab something. Oops, chocolate. Yeah, I gained 2 kg. Oh, actually 4 kg because of the circuit breaker. Terrible. 15 more seconds. And time's up. Okay, so the next question, right? Sec 2 question, right? Very simple one. This one, primary 5 also can answer. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute for you. Let's go. Okay, that's 1 minute. Again, this question, primary 5, I got C before. I've been teaching this in primary 5 also. Actually, I'm very careful. I do it in primary 4. It was in the video. Okay. So how many square pieces of side 3 cm can I cut from a larger piece of paper? So I got this larger piece of paper. And this larger piece of paper is a rectangle. It's 23 cm by 11 cm. Question is saying how many squares of side 3 cm, because 3 cm by 3 cm is a square, right? So how many of these 3 cm by 3 cm can I get it from this yellow rectangle? All right, so what you do? You simply just take your 23 cm, the length, all right, 23 cm, divide by how many 3 cm I can put inside. So 23 divided by 3 is what? 7. 7 pieces of square. Remainder what? 2 cm. Is that true? 7 times 3 is 21 cm. Right? 21 cm plus 2 cm is 23 cm. Right? Can you see that? So down here, I can put up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then this portion will be what? This portion will be wasted. This portion is like the 2 cm that will be wasted. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, how about my width? My width is 11 cm. 11 divided by 3 is what? 3 remainder, what? 3 and 3 is 9. 9, 10, 11, 2 cm again. So my width down here, I can put 2 layers like that. 1 layer and another layer. Can you see? And this portion will be the 2 cm that is what? Wasted. All right, now here will be 2 cm. So the shaded one, right? The shaded are what I call wasted. All right, the shaded are what I call wasted. So how many squares can I put in there? So simply, right, you just take your 7 times 3 to give you your 21. No? Answer is 21 squares. That's it. Easy, right? Right, so simple question like this shouldn't have any problem. All right, let's go on to question 1B now. 1B is 3 minutes. Ready? Okay, that's 3 minutes. All right, and one student gave the answer only, Azza, and she was very close to the final answer. That's good. All right, so maybe got some calculation error. This question not easy, I know. All right, but for Sec 2, you should know this. For Sec 1, if you want to learn, you can learn also. It's actually quite simple. All right, but it's a little bit long lah. Okay, so what's happening down here is you have to take a look at this. What does this A minus B bracket square means? The square is actually for the bracket A minus B. So if that means like that, right, the square is only for the A minus B like that. All right, if that's the case, right, so what do I do? All right, the meaning of square means you have to duplicate. Duplicate means you have to copy lah. So a minus b squared actually means a minus b. You duplicate a minus b like that. Can you see not? The square means you duplicate. So how do you expand? This one you must know in Sec 2, right? In Sec 1, you're not being taught this, right? But in Sec 2, you're being taught this. What? Everybody must touch everybody. You can use something called rainbow method to assist you. A must times A must times negative B. So A times A will give you a squared. A times negative B is negative AB. But that is not enough. Remember, everybody must touch everybody. All right. Negative B times A, negative B times negative B. Negative B times A is negative BA. Negative B times negative B is positive B squared. All right. You will learn this type of expansion when you're in Sec 2. And down here, what happened? Do you know that AB and BA is the same? AB and BA is the same. So minus AB minus another AB is minus 2AB plus B squared. So that is the expansion. All right, for A minus B bracket square. So down here, if you have 2A minus B, like this, right? 2A minus B squared like that. All right, it simply means 2 with this. A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. All right, so that is the question. You expand it out. Then now you look for the clue. They say that A plus B is 39. AB is negative 7. AB, hey, I got AB. Isn't this AB? Yes. So I purposely put them together. I arrange it. A squared plus B squared, I put it beside each other. Minus 2AB. All right, can I do that? I can. So I'm just arranging it. Nothing wrong with that. Plus B squared. Minus what? Minus 2AB. What's AB? Question says that AB is a negative 7. So I purposely put my negative 7 inside here. Can you see not? Because AB is negative 7. Right? Hey, then it's not very helpful. That's true. So here we have A squared plus B squared. Minus 2 times minus 7 give me a plus 14. So how? So how? All right, so how? You stop here, is it? All right. What must you do? Why got the extra minus 2AB? Because when you expand minus AB here, can you see here, this portion here? Can you see the yellow box here? All right, minus AB minus another AB. Like you owe me $1, you owe me another $1 is minus 2. You owe me $2. Okay, so minus 2AB means minus AB minus another AB. Can you see? Okay, so down here, I have this A plus B portion. It's not very helpful because I want A squared plus B squared. How? Don't panic, all right? So down here, you have to do something called, all right, make it useful, all right? You try to make it useful. So can I purposely take A plus B equal to 39? All right, I purposely square on both sides. All right, because I want to square what? I want to square. So I purposely square on both sides like that. All right, so A plus B equal to 39, correct. If I square means what? I have to square the entire thing because A plus B is together one. So if I square on one side, I need to square on the other side. So once again, be careful. What does A plus B square means? It means A plus B duplicate another A plus B. Can you see? 39 times 39 will give you a 1521. This is 1521. All right. From this clue, I have to link here. Okay, because the final thing they want me to find got a square one. So I have to bring out the extra square. I have to find a way out. So A plus B bracket square is actually A plus B times A plus B. So down here, you have to do your expansion again. All right. So A times A will be a square. A times B will be a AB. B times A will give you a BA. B times B will give you a B square. And that will be equal to 1521. All right. So I can say that BA is the same as ABY. All right. Can I purposely put this minus 7 in? I can because it's ABY. So down here I have A square. AB is what? AB is minus 7. AB is what? Minus 7 plus B square to give me a 1521. All right, so what do I have on the left? A squared plus B squared is equal to what? 1521 minus 7 I bring across plus 7. Minus 7 I bring across is a plus 7. So therefore I have A squared plus B squared is equal to 1521 plus 14, 1535. Here, I successfully found my a squared plus b squared. I purposely put back here. A squared plus b squared is 1535 plus 14, right? Can you see? All right, so I need to have enough information in order to do. So 1549 times 2, answer is 3098. That's the final answer for Sec 2. All right, so sometimes, right, you can actually expand out your question. And sometimes you might have to use other means to what? Get out the square. So you can do whatever on the left, you do whatever on the right. It's perfect fairness, then it's okay. Can? Very interesting, right? All right, for Sec 1, you'll be doing this in Sec 2, so don't worry. Can? All right, so now let's go on to question 2A. Question 2A, 3 minutes. Let's go now. Okay, time's up. That's 3 minutes. All right. Some of you think that it's not easy. Yep, it's true. It's a Sec 2 kind of question. So if you're Sec 1, obviously it's not easy lah. Huh? So down here, if you can remember, for a fraction, always try to factorize as best as you can before you try to combine the two fractions as one. All right. Simplify means you have to bring the two fractions as one. So down here, what do you see? Eh? Very familiar. This one is a 3 item. 3 item. Remember how do we factorize a 3 item? Right, how do we factorize a 3 item? Okay, remember something called cross factorization? Yep. So this is like the working step. So 3x squared, I put it on the left, negative 8x, I put it on the right, and positive 5, I put it in the center. So down here, I'm supposed to juggle up everything to try to balance up everything. So my question is, what times what give you a 3x squared? So the only possibility is 3x times 1x. 3 times 1, 3. X times x, x squared. Then here, I play cheat. I look at here. I look at the first fraction. There is a minus 5. So I purposely put a 5 on top. All right. because they have to have similar thing in order to combine, right? So I play cheat, I put a 5 on top. So here, below, I need a positive 5. So 5 times 1 is a 5, correct or not? Okay, so now what do? Kiss cross. 3x times 1 is a 3x. 1 times 5 is a 1x times 5 is a 5x. Can you see now? In order to get a negative 8x, I need to minus 3x minus another 5x. I owe you $5. I owe you another $3. So I owe you $8. So minus 5 minus 3, is it minus 8? Yes. So the minus I bring to the left-hand side. The minus I bring to the left-hand side. I do a final check. Minus 5 times minus 1, is it positive 5? Yes, correct. So I read from left to right. I read from left to right. So this time, the working, you must do it step by step. So here, what do? All right, I try to put the denominator in as what? As 4 over 3x minus 5. Can you see not? Purposely one. All right, your teacher will be very nice. He or she will give you one portion that is the same one. And the other one will be x minus 1. Can you see? Okay, so now in order to have the same common denominator, I have 3x minus 5. I must also have x minus 1. Okay, that's the LCM. So the very fraction, right? The very first fraction, what am I short of? The very first fraction, I have the 3x minus 5. However, I'm short of the x minus 1. So below, I need to times the x minus 1. On top, I need to times the x minus 1. The second fraction, I have both item 1. So below, I times 1. On top, I times 1. Okay, so you write it out. 6 bracket x minus 1 minus 4 times 1. Try to simplify. Use your expansion, all right? Use your rainbow method. 6 times x will give you a 6x. 6 times negative 1 will give you a negative 6. Minus 4 times 1 will give you a minus 4. And the denominator stays on. Please write it back. Write it back. All right? Simplify some more. Simplify some more. What do you have? 6x minus 6 minus 4. You owe me $6. You owe me another $4. So in total, you owe me $10. So 6x minus 10 over x minus 5 and a x minus 1. What must you do? Is that the final answer? All right, some people will present this as the final answer, but not good enough. Try to what? Try to factorize to see whether can cancel or not. 6 and 10, right, they got a common term. What's the common? They are both even number. You take out common 2. And if you take out 2 from 6, you're left with 3x. If you take out 2 from 10, you're left with a 5. All right, so down here, I think I'm short of the 3 down here. All right, so what do you see? All right, what do you see? This is over the denominator of 3x minus 5 and x minus 1. What do you see? Can you see that, right? Can you see that the terms are all separated by a multiplication sign? All right, and this, they are exactly the same. You can cancel. So the answer is 2 over x minus 1. That's the final answer. That's the best answer. All right, that's the reason why, right, the denominator, right, the denominator, we always leave it as a factorized form. Factorize. All right, we don't try to expand it. All right, so that we can, at the end of the day, we can say, hey, can cancel, can cancel. All right, only when it is factorized, then you can cancel. Okay, so this is for question 2A. Question 2B will be a little bit simpler. 1 minute. Let's go right now. Okay, that's 1 minute. Wow, 1 minute can finish. Can. All right, let's take a look at this question. Hey, Fractions can divide, man? Cannot, right? So the divide, right, we purposely change to a multiplication. And how do you change? Remember, divide, we flip the what? We flip the back side, the back of the fraction. This is like the back side. Okay, so divide change to times, we have to flip. So a plus 3 squared will be on top now. And your a, b cubed will be below here. All right, the in front still the same, 6a cubed b over 5a plus 3. Can you see? All right, so now can cancel or not? Top and bottom, if they got something in common, you can cancel. So let me try to write this out. This is actually 6 times a cubed times b over 5 times a plus 3. Then on top, a plus 3 squared means what? It's a duplicate. Please, just duplicate like that. A plus 3 times a plus 3. And down here is a times b cubed. Can you see or not? So in cancellation, right, if on top have something, below have something, you can cancel. And they are all separated by multiplication. It's very safe. A plus 3 on top, a plus 3 below. Below got one a, on top got a cubed, right? A cubed, what must you do? Becomes a squared. B cubed below, got one b on top, cancel the b, down here become b squared. So what you're left with? You're left with a 6a squared. On top got a plus 3. And below left with a 5 and a b squared. And that's your answer. Can you see or not? So within 1 minute can do? Can do. All right, a squared, a plus 3. Yes. Yes, good job. Azad, you got it correct. Good job. All right, so easy question like this, no problem. Next question is on polygon. 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. Very simple. Polygon is a Sec 1 topic, so you need to know for the Sec 1. Let's go. And that's 1 minute. All right, it's actually quite simple. All right, n is 6. Very good, Azhar. You came in at the last minute, correct. So down here, I remember for polygons, there's 3 formula. All right, sum of interior angle, n minus 2 bracket times 180 degrees. Second formula, sum of all the exterior angle is 360. Third formula, one interior and one exterior, they add up together must be 180. Let's take a look at this. The sum of the interior angle of a polygon is twice the sum of its exterior angle. All right, it simply means that one interior angle is what? Is 2 units and one exterior angle is 1 unit, what? Isn't it the same thing? Isn't it the same thing? All right, and just now I did say, all right, one interior angle plus one exterior angle give you what? Equal to 180 degrees. All right, so how many units are there here? 3. So you can say that 3 units is equal to 180. 1 unit will be equal to 180 divided by 3. That will be 60 degrees. That is one exterior is 60 degrees. Remember the second, my favorite, all right, my favorite formula. All the exterior angle add up must be 360. So how many sides are there? All the exterior angle add up to 360. And if one of them is 60, what happened? All right, you can say that it's a 6 sides polygon. Can you see that? All right. So maybe this question, right, maybe is a little bit inaccurate because they never use the word regular. All right. So if you see this word regular, right, it means all of them are the same. Can? Okay. So that's how you solve for this. Is it okay? All right. So next question, question 4, 3 minutes. Question 4, 3 minutes. This one is something called the compound interest. I taught you this before. So I say that this might be coming out in your Sec 1 or Sec 2. All right, and I give you the formula at the time. So let's take a look at question 4, 3 minutes start now. Okay, that's 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes. Azhar got it again. 20% is good. All right, so remember something called compound interest. All right, compound interest, right? The formula. This one you need to know. So compound interest, the formula is given as A equal to P 1 plus R over 100 to the power of N. All right, so you must know what the alphabets means lah. All right, so Jenny deposited $500 in an account. So that's the money that she put in. So that's called the principal amount. So the principal amount is $500. And guess what? She earns an interest of $220. Wow. So I is the interest is 220. Okay. So what's the meaning of A? A actually means the final amount, the total amount that she will get. So 500 plus 220, all right, that will give you a 720. That will be the amount, that will be the A. All right, so these are the things that you must be able to see. And guess what? The rate I don't know. The rate is given as a X%. Can? And the N means the number of period, right? In this case, it's a 2 years, so it's a 2. All right, because the interest is per annum, all right, and this is a 2 years, so N in this case is a 2, all right. So with this information, right, all you got to do is to put into the formula. Come, A is what? 720 is equal to P is what? 500. 1 plus R is what? Is the rate, which is X over 100 to the power of N, which is a 2. So now, down here in the center is a multiplication. Right? Times you bring across will give you a divide. So 720 is here, don't disturb. Times 500, bring across, divide by 500. And who is left down here? 1 plus X over 100 square is still left down here. All right, keep the bracket on. Press your calculator. What is 720 divided by 500? Answer is a what? 1.44. Here is a 1.44. Put it as a decimal is okay. 1 plus X over 100 square. So now the problem is, how do I get rid of this square? All right, what is the neutralizing thing to do? To get rid of this square, right, I need to root it. I need to square root it. But you do it on one side, not fair. So you have to do it on both sides. All right, whatever you do on one side, you do it on the other side is perfectly okay. So what is the square root of 1.44? Answer is actually 1.2. Such a beautiful number. All right, it's equal to down here 1 plus X over 100. Remember, your objective is to get rid of the square. How do you get rid of the square? You have to root it. So down here is a plus 1. Plus 1 I bring across, give me a minus 1. 1.2 minus 1 will give me x over 100. All right, 1.2 minus 1 will give me a 0.2 is equal to x over 100. What do you do? Okay, at this moment, right, can I cross multiply or not? Can I say that 0.2 is like 0.2 over 1 is equal to x over 100? Can. Cross multiply. All right, x times 1 is a x. 0.2 times 100 is a 20. Therefore, your x is a 20%. Can you see? All right, so this is how you have the formula, all right, with the relevant information. You substitute everything in to find the final answer, which is the missing number. Is that okay? All right, can do one. All right, this one is Sec 1, Sec 2 standard can do one. Okay, so the next question, our next question will be question 5A. Got 5A, 5B. 5A is easy, 1 minute. All right, starting 1 minute, start now. Okay, Jethro and Doreen give me 4 cm. Azza give me 6 cm. My answer is 6 cm. All right, shall we look at it? All right, Jamaica also give me 6 cm. Okay, come. So RT is this portion here. RT, this is RT. All right, they're looking for the base of the what? Base of the triangle. So purposely, right, I draw out this triangle, can? All right, and I want to find RT. I know that the what? I know that the height down here is 8 cm. I know that I height is 8 cm. Can you see or not? And I know that the area is what? 24. So I can actually form an equation. Area of triangle. What is the formula? Formula is given as half times base times height. All right, so that is the general formula of area of triangle. What is the area? Area is 24. Half is half. What is the base? Base is RT. That's what I'm supposed to find. What is the height? Height is 8. What do you do? 24 is equal to what? Can I take half times 8 first? Half times 8 is a 4. 4 times RT, what? So how do you find RT? Times 4 I bring across will be 24 divided by 4. RT will be equal to 24 divided by 4, isn't it 6 cm? All right, those who got it wrong, careless, is it? All right, be careful. 24, if you bring the half across, right, 24 divided by half. What is 24 divided by half? Is it a 12? Be careful, it's not a 12. 24 divided by half is not a 12. All right, do not have that thinking. Press your calculator if you don't believe. All right, if you think that if your calculator gives you 24 divided by half is a 12, right, please change your calculator. All right, 24 divided by half is actually a 48. All right, so be careful. All right, so this one you have to be careful. 24 divided by half, anything divided by half, you are actually supposed to times 2. Okay. All right, with this information, right, RT is 6 cm. Let's go and do question 5B. 5B is 2 minutes. Let's go now. And that's it for 2 minutes. All right. Some of you got it. Good job. All right. Do you hear that? I think it's truffle barking. All right. So down here, right, just now we have RT down here is 6 cm. Truffle is the other dog. I have two, truffle and chowder, 6 cm. Okay. So halfway down here will be what? 3 cm. And this other portion will be 3 cm. Is that okay? So from here to here will be what? Will be a 12 cm. Okay, so I want to find, right? I want to find the length of the bottom portion, all right? Which is this portion here. How much is it? So I can use 12 plus another 3. So 12 plus 3 will give you a 15 cm here. And this is a trapezium. On top is a 12 cm. All right, this is the parallel line. And down here, 8 cm will be your height. Can you see? So what's the area of trapezium? If you can remember the formula, it's very easy. Area of trapezium is equal to half times sum of parallel lines times the perpendicular height. All right. So you can put in the numbers already. What is the sum of parallel lines? All right. 12 and 15, they are parallel, right? So you're supposed to find the sum, 12 plus 15, times the perpendicular height, which is a 8. Down here, you just press your calculator. Half times 8 is a 4. 4 times 27 will give you 108 cm square. Can you see not? Use the formula. It's going to be very simple for you. Area of trapezium, half times sum of parallel lines times the perpendicular height. Okay? All right, that's for question 5B. And last question. This last question is asked by one of my students. All right, so a quick one for you. 2 minutes. All right, miscellaneous. 2 minutes is on volume. Okay, let's go. 2 minutes starts now. Okay, and that's 2 minutes. All right. Doreen, you gave the answer. I think got some miscalculation, I believe. All right, let's take a look at this question again. So how do you find the volume of this entire thing? They say that the wall, the thickness is negligible. So it's okay. Don't care about the thickness. All right. So simply, right, you have to take the what? You have to find the area of cross section, which is here. Area of the front times the depth in. Everybody's in meters, meters, meter. It's very fair. Can you see that the cross-section area down here is actually made out of what? This is like one trapezium. All right. And down here is like another trapezium. Oh, so if you can see that, right, can we activate the just now that formula or not? Can. So this trapezium, right, we can see that this one and this one is parallel. I'm drawing one side only. All right, the shorter one is 23 meter. The longer side is 38 meter. And the base down here, which is like the height, is 21 meter. So we can actually 102, 480. Yes, Doreen, you got it correct this time around. So we can actually find the area of the trapezium first. All right, area of trapezium. What's the formula? Half times sum of parallel lines, all right, times the perpendicular height. Can you see that every time I do this type of question, right, I will write out the formula. So every time I write out, right, I will remember. My fingers will be the one actually remembering that. Can you see or not? All right, so that I can just write it out like that. And the sum of parallel lines will be 23 plus 38 times the height. What's the height? Height is 21. So if you can press the whole thing into your calculator, you should get a 640.5 what? Meter square. But it's made up of two trapezium. So how do you find area of two trapezium? All right, area of two trapezium. That's actually called the area of cross section. Is equal to 640.5 times 2. And that should give you a 1281 meter square. All right, so this portion, right, the shaded red color, all right, the shaded red color is actually 1281. So remember, you find volume, you must times the depth in. All right, you must times the depth in. So down here, you can find the volume is equal to what? Volume is equal to area of cross section, all right, which is the two trapezium. All right, the red color portion times the depth. So in this case, I'm simply taking 1281 meter square times the 80 meter. Meter and meter, very fair. 1281 times 80 will give you 102,480 meter cube. And that's it. All right, it's quite simple. All right, when it comes out like area, parameter, volume, all this, try to secure the marks. Very, very fun to do, right? Very easy to do. How come? Because it's all about formulas, right? All right, just execute the formula and put in the right numbers. Cool? All right, and that's it. That's it for today's lesson. All right, so if you are trying to revise again, you can actually log into your own account and visit lesson 23. All right, this is my WhatsApp number. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me. All right, and these are the questions that we done just now. If you want, right, you can actually download this worksheet 2 days later. All right, we need some time to upload the worksheet into our website. So you can download maybe 2 days later. All right, you can actually click on the class notes and it will bring you to a PDF format. So this portion, I have already make it black and white for you so that your printing will be cheaper. Don't have to, print color and all this. Save the planet a little bit, save the ink, okay? So if you go to your PDF, right, please print from pages, pages 18 to 32, all right? If you want to practice again, so you can have the save ink portion, you can have the multiple 2 pages, print on both sides and landscape. So on one piece of paper, you actually see 2 slides in it. Then you can press on the print button. Is that okay? All right, so this is for if you want to practice those questions we have done again just now. All right, but this time you practice on your own without looking at the video. Then when you see, hey, yes, I know, I've seen this question before, then you'll be able to, actually practice in such a way that you already know the answer already. All right, so that in a way kind of motivate you to do faster and do more accurately. Okay. All right, and that's it for this lesson here. All right, I hope that you have learned something over this past 1 week plus. Can you go back to the last question? Sure. Okay, this is the last question here. All right, and all this will be put up in our website. All right, this is a live recording. It has been recorded. So you can actually go to the website again to revisit this recording again with my explanation again. Cool. All right, so this is for the last question. All right, and that's it for today. All right, in the meantime, please continue to stay safe and be good. Any math question, you can actually still WhatsApp me. All right, if it is needed, I can message back and all this. All right, if not, we wait for the next live lesson to answer all these questions again. Okay. All right, so be safe and do take care. Be good, don't be naughty, and please take care of yourself. All right. All right, that's it for this lesson. Oh yeah, I think tomorrow is what? I think this Saturday, Sunday is Father's Day. So can you please make a card for your daddy? All right, tell them Happy Daddy Day. All right, or Happy Father's Day. Be nice, Ken. All right. So that's it. All right, bye-bye, bye-bye.